Good morning, boys and girls, specifically Prep Year 1 and Year 2s. Today we're coming at you live in video format. I know, how fun. I'm in your classrooms, but not really at the same time, so that's fun. But anyway, today, sadly, is our last week of Treasure Quest. Now, hands up if you have enjoyed Treasure Quest. Yes, that's right. I'm waiting for you to raise your hands. Okay, I think all the hands are raised. But I've honestly loved talking about Treasure Quest and all the different ways that you and I can get to worship God. And it's been so incredible. And I thought today, it wouldn't be right if we didn't talk about Treasure Quest. If we didn't talk about one thing in particular. And no, it's not jelly. It's not jelly beans. And it's definitely not chicken nuggets, which I would kind of like some of those right now, but it's very early in the morning, so I can't do that. But yes, the one thing we need to talk about today is sand. Yes, sand. Clearly though, this is, this is the best I could do in terms of the sand department, but I just wanted to come down to the sands because, it reminds me of my most favorite place in all of the world. And no, it wasn't the sandpit in preschool. Do you know, my favorite place in the world, it involves sand, it involves a little bit of water, and it rhymes with peach. Do you think you can guess it? No, it's not Disneyland or Dream World, but my favorite place is the beach. I just love the water, the sand between your toes, getting into the water and the sun, and I even like the smell of sunscreen sometimes. But in all honesty though, as much as I love the beach, my most favorite place in the world, I'm actually going to show you. So let's go. Yes, here it is, my favorite place. The church! Probably a bit loud. No, but in all honesty, this is my favorite place, the church. And I love the church because it's another way that you and I can worship God. In saying that though, although this building is awesome and the lights are cool and it always sounds really fun, the church isn't actually just a building. It's actually the people that make up the building. You and I, people that believe in Jesus, when we come to church, what we're doing is we're saying to God that He is number one in our life. And when we gather together, we are able to encourage each other as the church. So let's keep watching for a little bit video on a little bit more of this.
The church is the building we go to when we want to learn about God.
Nope, this is a church.
Those are people.
Yep, in fact, it's you and me.
You kinda lost me.
The church isn't a building. The church is the people who have made Jesus the leader of their lives. And that's us. We don't go to church, we are the church. And we exist for the world.
Oh, okay. I still don't get it.
Let's look in the book of Acts. That's where the Bible talks about the very first church, the people who first believed in Jesus. They didn't have buildings to meet in, so they met where they could, usually in people's homes.
So their church was a house?
Nope, the church met in houses. Even then, the church was the people. And the apostles taught them many things about God. They did great and wonderful things with God's power. God did amazing things through everyone in the church.
Through all the people? How?
The people of early church put others first. They prayed together, they shared meals, they shared their time. They shared everything.
Everything? Really? Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure. The Bible tells us that when one of them needed something, others shared what they had. They even sold things and used the money to help out.
That's amazing.
That's putting others first. The early church was really good at it. For instance, this one guy, Joseph, sold a field and brought the money to the people of the church to help those who needed it.
Awesome. What made them do that?
They all agreed. They all wanted to live like Jesus, and the apostles told them how Jesus put others first when he died on the cross and went up to heaven.
The early church learned about Jesus and lived like him, so they put others first. I think I get it.
Great, but you haven't heard the best part. When others saw how those first church people lived, it made them want to follow Jesus too. In fact, more people decided to follow Jesus every single day.
Wow, God did do amazing things through the first church people.
And God still does amazing things through his people when they live like Jesus and put others first.
Right, because we are the church.
And we exist for the world.
So there we go. A little bit more about the church. I love that God has blessed each and every single one of us here on the Gold Coast with so many different churches, with some amazing buildings. But it's important for us to remember that it's actually us that make up the church. And when we gather together as believers, as the church, what we're doing again is we're showing God that he is number one over each and every single one of us. So if you're not a part of a local church, or you don't go to a kids' church or a Sunday program, why not ask your teacher or ask your chaplain about how you can maybe get involved, even your parents, about how you can get involved in some of these Sunday kids' church programs. We would honestly love to have you here, or any of the local churches on the Gold Coast as well. But that's the end, unfortunately, of our treasure quest. But I've absolutely loved that we have looked at different ways that we can worship God. But the number one thing, boys and girls, that we have learned is that God is the one thing worth being concerned about. He's the one thing worthy to be worshipped.